Hey, good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to call to order the meeting of the White County Alcoholic Beverage Board. Let the record reflect that it is August 6th, 2026. It is 1:02 p.m. Officer Gillum, I work with State Excise Police. I will be leading this meeting. We do have one vacant position on the board, but we do have three of us here, which means that we can vote. So if you two would like to introduce yourselves, please.
Ron McMurray.
Brandy Page.
Just as a matter of record, this meeting is being recorded with audio and video equipment and will become part of public record. So be mindful of anything you say after this point. Do we have anyone here wishing to voice opposition to any of the permits that are scheduled? Okay, you as well?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody else is here for a new permit or a transfer?
Yeah.
Or violation? Okay, if you're gonna be speaking to the board for any reason, I need you all to take an oath. So if you would please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties for perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give to questions asked by the board be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you all very much. Let's see. Here we have renewals today for the following businesses. We have the Dollar General. Kiss your list real quick.
You sure can.
North Main Street, Monticello, permit number DL 91340055. The Dollar General on Northwest Schaefer Drive, Monticello, permit number DL 134201. Anyone here for those businesses? Okay, board members, questions, concerns, or motions regarding those?
No,
How about a motion?
I make a motion to approve the renewals.
I second.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion will carry. Okay, who's here for the White Horse Winery? Come on up. Come on up. You don't have to use the podium. You may if you like to, but it's not plugged in. You can just stand here if you'd like, or,
Okay,
okay, you want to tell us who you are?
I've got Thomas Adair, one of the managing members of White Horse. That's the DBA name for Bacchus Winery Golf and Vineyard LLC.
Okay, and tell your name one more time.
Beth Thomas hyphen Adair, ADAIR.
So you currently operate under a winery license?
That's a farm winery.
Farm winery, so manufacturing and selling your product there?
That is correct.
Do you have it like sit out on shelves where people can shop for it and pick it up themselves?
That's correct.
So now you've applied for a beer and wine restaurant license?
Correct.
Or just beer, is that correct?
That is.
Okay, what is your intention with this license?
This license is just to add to, we have a bistro there, a little restaurant.
Okay.
So we have a lot of customers that come in, mainly gentlemen that want a beer as our wife drinks a glass of wine. And we have a building, we have two buildings. One used to be where we house the winery tastings, and now that's moved into the event room because we've grown so much. So we're gonna house the beer in the old building, in the farmhouse, away from the restaurant, but you can still order if we get approved a beer for the restaurant part.
I'm having a hard time envisioning this, because usually people get a license and it's all in one building. So we're talking about doing separate buildings with this?
Right.
Okay.
And we could put it in the other building if we have to, but
Well, Yeah.
You need me to stand up?
if you would, please. I want to make sure we get you on the recording. Just tell us who you are first.
So, right now we're
Who are you?
hearing, Amanda Jane Crane,
Got it, thanks.
CRAI.
Okay.
Right now we actually are family friendly, so we do want to create a business that's meant for everybody. And having it in the old farmhouse, which has been requested by many, many people because they like the antique, old farmhouse. So it gives us a way to open up that building and keep it 21 and over there. Right now, we're a little pushed on space where the restaurant and our winery is. So instead of putting that marker, that's required for us to serve beer and to make it family friendly, we're a little pushed on space. So we came up with the idea of putting it in the old farmhouse and trying to keep everybody happy and to use a building that's not being currently used and to try to find a more profitable way to keep everything running smooth.
I don't even see a floor plan in your file. Let's see what else we got. the rules for a farm winery are a little bit different than the rules for a restaurant. So there will be some things that may or may not be required. Is the farmhouse the part that's up front?
Yes.
So no one's living there? Have you had any violations against your other license?
No.
You want to tell me about what you're proposing for food sales?
We already have food sales, so it's pizza, salad, sandwiches, charcuterie boards, that type of food.
You have soup.
Yes, we do.
So you're running a full restaurant operation.
We are.
I don't need to know the specific numbers, but is your annual food sales over 100,000
Yes, they are.
food alone?
Yes.
That just gives us some options when they come out. Are one of you available to meet with me after this meeting?
Yes.
I'm gonna walk through the property and see exactly what we're dealing with.
Okay,
I may have some suggestions. So,
thank you.
okay. And you've had your sign up, so thank you.
Yes.
Did you bring your affidavit with you?
I did.
Yeah, I'll take that. Hey, board members, you guys have any questions?
I don't.
Like hours of operation?
From 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., except on Fridays and Saturdays, we're open till noon. If we have music, and Sundays 11 to 6.
Or is it the intent to put just the beer at the front building, but have people carry it?
That's correct.
And there isn't a barrier or fence surrounding the entire property, is
No,
there?
there isn't.
We may have to work on that. The other problem you run into is, there's a winery down in Westfield. Now, again, it's a single standalone business. They tried to go from being a manufacturer license where they could sell their product to go off the shelves to adding a restaurant license to include beer and wine. But when they did that, they would have to forego the ability to sell alcohol off the shelf. So we may have to keep these businesses separate, which may get tricky because you may not be able to carry beer into the back room. I'll have to work on that. So just so you know.
Or we put the beer, just like all the other farm wineries, in with the winery and the restaurant.
I'll have to look at it. It just
Okay.
depends on how it's set up.
Okay,
I don't deal with a lot of the manufacturing stuff, so there's some particularities with that.
okay.
I'll have to talk to some of our team on that one, but I think I'll know more once I do a walkthrough. So,
Okay.
board members, do we have motions? Sorry. Questions, concerns?
I don't have any questions.
No.
Okay.
I'm familiar with the winery, so
Okay. Care to make a motion?
I'd make a motion to approve.
A second.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
I,
Aye, opposed? Motion will carry. Thank you all very much. I'll be out there in half hour or so, but you're free to
No
go.
problem.
Okay, the folks from the Midwest Market, did you make it here?
Yeah.
Is it just you?
Yeah.
Okay, since you're gonna be offering sworn testimony, I need you to take an oath. So if you would, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm under the penalties for perjury that the answers you've given on your application or any testimony you give to questions asked by the board be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Okay, thank you. Okay, you can have a seat. So board members, what we have remonstrance against this business. So, and just so you understand, we have a couple people here who wish to speak against the permit. So typically how these things are gonna go, we're gonna have you go ahead and tell us about your business, your operation, what you're planning. We will close that, open up the floor for remonstrance, give them a chance to speak. And then if you would like to, you would have a chance for rebuttal. Not everybody chooses to offer that, but that would be your choice. And then the board will make their decision based on what we hear. So we don't really want any back and forth between the applicants and the remonstrators in most cases. There are times where you guys are able to get questions simply answered and sort this all out beforehand, but so that's kind of how we'll proceed and we'll see how this goes. I will note that I do need remonstrators to sign in. So on this form, I need, if you're gonna be here and you'll be speaking on either side, I need your name, full address, cell phone number or home, and then an email address. Make sure it's legibly written and that this is done before you leave. I do have to enter it all into a database. You don't have to do this now. You'll have to forgive my form. I apparently left those in the car, but you guys will figure it out. So, so when we're done, the state, that's how they would choose to notify all parties involved in this of the outcome, so. Any questions before we move forward? All right, sir, you ready? You want to tell us about the Midwest market? You can come up, you don't have to use the podium. You can if you'd like, or you can just stand up here.
Yeah, hey, my name is Jay.
Nope, you're just talking to the board.
Okay, so.
You can come right up here.
We're bought an existing property that was, used to be the office building. And now we're converting into gas station slash C-stores with a coffee shop. For primarily everyday essentials. And it's already zoned for that. So we don't have to change zoning on it. And there was a permit available, so that's why we applied for the permit. I already own a few other permits out in Hendricks County, or Clay County and Vigo County. So. That's about it.
Second. What was your name?
Jay Turner.
You're the sole owner?
Yes, sir.
You don't have any partners in this one?
Nope.
Nobody else has ownership interest more than 5%?
Nope.
Okay, which places do you have in Hendricks County?
I mean, I got one in Clay County.
You said Hendricks.
I own stores in Hendricks,
Okay.
but I don't have a liquor permit for that.
Okay, which stores?
I have one in Coatesville. It's right in the town. Food market used to be owned by David, Purvis and Brown.
It sells tobacco though, right?
Yep, we do.
Have you had any violations there?
Yes, we do.
Just had one a few months ago, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
What else do you have?
And then I got one store in Vigo County. There we got beer and wine.
Okay, any violation history down there?
No, nothing.
Okay, are you involved in any other businesses?
Yes, and then I got one liquor permit for Knightsville in
Or,
Knightsville. Next to Brazil.
okay, any violations there?
Nope.
Okay, so plan here, gonna rebuild the old, was it a bank or what was it?
It used to be bank and then doctor bought it out like last
Okay.
week. And then it's been vacant.
So convenience store,
We need to.
so food items, general line food merchandise,
Yeah, yep.
sodas, snacks,
Snacks.
sandwiches, some produce.
Yes.
You mean add fuel pumps?
Chips.
You are?
Yeah.
Okay. What are the hours of operation going to be? What are you thinking?
24 hours probably in summer and reduced hours in the winter, depending on the demand.
And you don't live here, so who's gonna manage this for you?
I will be semi-managing it. Few days since it's a new business, I will be more on premises. And then it will be, we will hire a manager full time.
So do you guys have any questions at this point?
I don't currently.
Okay, you can have a seat. We'll open up the floor for remonstrance and then we'll give you a chance to speak to address any of their concerns, okay?
All right, thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jay. Yes, sir. Just state your name.
Scott.
And just make sure we get signed in before we're done. You don't have to do it now. Okay, Mr. Scott, so,
And I live just to the property, just to the west of them, where,
okay,
you know, the big white house with the big white barn out there. And we just got concerns over, we didn't know they were planning to do what they were planning on doing out there until we seen the sign
Mhm.
of what was going to happen. And I guess my big concern is the noise and the traffic and the trash that I know is going to come across my property line, and if they're going to be required to put privacy fence around the place, or and their entrance into their business is going to be off of the highway or off of that little, with a country lane, I believe the name of that little road is right
Sure.
there.
how far from the building are you, is your property line? I mean, you're not right up against it, right?
No, my property line's probably, what, 80 feet off of it, something like
Maybe
that.
not even that.
Maybe not even that.
Okay,
So that's my concern, just the noise and if they're gonna be open 24 days, there's gonna be all kinds of light going on. So how much are they gonna put lighting out there and just,
okay. So our board, we don't have any control over lighting. That's gonna be
yeah,
city issue. We don't have any control about fencing. We're investigating basically the applicant and whether or not the community desires the services of the business. But these are all certainly things that he can
Yeah.
address. So
so you guys will address this kind of stuff or
we don't address it. Like I can't make him put up a fence or control lighting.
but where it's already zoned business, is there anything that we can do as far as that?
That's probably gonna be a zoning issue. They already have their zoning meeting or anything like that.
See, we haven't heard. I
And
didn't.
if it's already zoned for this, it may not.
It doesn't need to be rezoned. It's already
Yeah.
zoned properly.
So then it becomes probably a county issue if there are any issues, but we'll see what he says when it's his turn to offer rebuttal, then we can work on sorting it out.
Okay,
Um, your property is west of there.
yeah,
I'm assuming we have predominant northwest wind out of the area. So all the stuff would actually blow back across his parking lot in theory. But I've been to a lot of stores and I don't generally see a lot of trash flying around.
yeah, this is,
But I understand, like,
I know what I've had to deal with on the other side of me, because
Yeah.
that's from the previous owner of that
what was that?
Russell spray foam.
Oh.
It's been a few years ago.
Yeah.
You'd have thought I lived next to a landfill.
Yeah. I can see that, yeah, aggravating. Well, and I live off in the middle of nowhere and then at some point, we know the land around us will be housing developments and
Yeah,
so I understand the concerns, but we're still limited in the scope of what we can do, but we'll see what he says in just a minute.
okay, thank you.
Do you want to speak as well?
No, I'm good. You pretty well summed it up.
Are you a neighbor as well?
Yes, I live on the north side of the highway.
Okay,
They're west of the church.
okay. Anybody else want to speak? Okay, so we'll close the floor for remonstrance. Jay, do you want to address those questions? Did you hear them?
So it's already zoned B2, which allows us to do anything with the building as what we want to do. So that's why we didn't have any zoning and we didn't have to tell anyone. And because county didn't require it, not because we didn't want to do it. So what
Sure.
we did ask the county if it was okay, and that was the reason we bought the building afterwards.
Sure.
And then the lighting concerns, I could work with you guys on it and then come to agreement. We could put deflectors on light, that's what we do all the time, so the lights are reduced and not pointing straight to your property. That's the best we could do, but at the end of the day, it's also safety. If the more lighting, the better people feel more safe.
Where's the access gonna be? Are you gonna come off the highway or gonna be going?
We won't get access from the highway since it's state owned, but we will get access from the county country lane.
And you understood his concerns about like trash blowing around?
I mean,
Are you planning to put up a fence or would you if it became an issue?
if it does, we will. But I don't know where his property is at compared to,
Just to the west of you, you said like the White House and White Barn?
is it behind the shed, the red shed? Cause I do have a neighbor behind my house, the property, but I don't know who that.
I'm gonna take a look real quick.
Yeah.
You got it up?
I can pull it up real quick.
So part of the reason, like I asked about your previous businesses and violation history, when you get a permit, there is an expectation that you maintain a high and fine reputation in the community and that you get along with.
Okay, so here's Country Lanes.
Okay.
This is the building you purchased here.
Mhm.
This is their home, this is their barn, oop, this is their barn and home here.
Okay.
So it's this,
Property lines right here.
I would assume it's right here. I mean, this isn't the GIS system, but I could pull it up if you
Are you
need
gonna
it.
put fuel pumps on the front side or assuming? Okay, is there anything else you wanna add? It won't be anything that's gonna happen with the board.
I mean, that's a county issue anyways,
Yeah.
the fencing and all that, you know, it's, I mean, regardless of anything, how the outcome comes today. We already spent so much money on it, so it's like the gas station will do go up. It's, but it's like,
So if you wanna talk to these guys after the meeting, and,
afterwards, I could have a conversation with them.
cause you do wanna be, I mean, we can't add anything to it, just there is an expectation that you maintain a high and fine reputation, but
But I did have an incident where the girl was going through her personal problems and she overlooked to see some tiny and then that's,
was that the one in Coatesville?
Coatesville.
I thought that was yeah, and I was there, I was with the kid.
yep, and then I wasn't there and that's when she was going through her divorce and she was having a bad day and then, I mean,
And I'll be honest, one violation doesn't make you an unfit applicant.
Yeah.
A history of violation problems and disregarding state law does, but that's not where we are with this one, so. So, I mean, there's just, be a good community partner and. I do have one other question though, because you said you're the 100% owner of this business. 3 times in our conversation, you've mentioned the word we,
I,
so who's we?
me, myself and I mean, I just like to use the word we as because I got other people working with me, fuel contractors, I got a mentor, it's like, but I am 100% owner of this.
Okay.
I do mention we, but
Okay,
when
I just want to make sure because this would be a really good time to disclose.
Yep.
Because if we find it later,
It's like a lot of team goes into this. It's not just me building it. I got like whole other 50 people that are involved in this project.
I understand.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. Like, I don't have any others, just, does that kind of answer your question, some of them?
Yeah, I guess I do have one more question if I can ask.
Go ahead.
When's this planning on taking place? Is it soon, 6 months down the road or?
So we're planning to open by spring.
Okay,
Spring of next
Next year.
27.
27? Are you planning on using, I guess we can ask you, it's probably a question we probably need to ask.
Yeah, you guys can sort out. I don't think there's anything that's going to be relevant to the board's decision, but. Okay, so board, we have the options of, we can approve it or deny it. That's simply it. If you're going to deny a new permit, there are only a handful of reasons. Whether or not the community, I'm sorry, you'll have to cite one of these if you choose to deny it for any reason. The applicant does not maintain a high and fine reputation in the community. There are no need for the services of the applicant at the proposed location. The neighborhood and or community does not desire the services. Number 4, the services at the proposed location would have a negative impact on other businesses in the neighborhood, as well as a negative impact on the neighborhood in general. The premise is located within 200 feet of a church or school. Or number 6, the permit premise is in a residential area. I don't think we've met the threshold for any of those, so. Go ahead.
There's a church.
Yeah. Yeah, can we comment on that?
I don't know how many feet away it is.
Corner building to corner building.
That's more than.
It's across the street. Yeah, it is across this, at least across the street and down.
Across my driveway.
It's a ways, yeah.
So that won't be an issue.
We
So,
did check that out before we did apply for it, and it's always from wall of the building to the wall. And plus we're demoing it out, we've got to move it further back, so it will be more than 200 feet.
is on the north side of the highway anyway.
It's across the road. Yeah.
So yeah, it's 85 feet if it's separated by a 3-lane highway or a 2-lane highway that's at 35 feet wide or something. So, not an issue. Okay. So board members. I mean, I'll go ahead. I'll make a motion that we approve it despite, community interest in it, but I don't think we met the threshold for any sort of a denial, so. We have a motion to approve.
Okay.
Moved and seconded for approval. All in favor, say aye.
Hi.
Aye, opposed. Motion will carry. So being that there was remonstrance with this permit, it will go down to the ATC, the Alcohol Tobacco Commission. It will be reviewed. They are obligated to uphold our decision unless we were arbitrary, capricious, or otherwise lacking discretion. So, but they will notify you of that final outcome, but just make sure I get your information on here, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay. Does anybody else believe they have business before the board today? Okay, board members, you guys have anything that we need to discuss?
I do not. We
I
can
will-
move
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
second, yeah.
Moved and seconded for adjournment. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Meeting is adjourned.